Hello, Gypsy. Thank you so much for talking with me
Hi,
today. So nice to meet
thank
you.
you. Nice to meet you.
So you have had such a whirlwind year from this show coming out to everything going on in your personal life. Can you tease what we're going to get to see on Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup?
Yes, well, you'll be able to see my life starting from the moment I got out of prison to currently, and a lot has happened in this time, as shown in the trailer that just got released. So, I think people will get a little bit of a deeper insight of the struggles that I've had to go through in these last 5 months. Some of the good things that I've experienced. So it's kind of like a roller coaster ride of the emotions that I've been feeling throughout this time.
Ah!
Hadn't had a sex life to speak of.
Ryan, the tea is fire.
We consummated our marriage.
Now, the trailer for the new season, it really lays it all out there. It even features your iconic "the D is fire" quote. Would you say that
Uh,
about your current love?
let's just say I'm very happy.
What do you think drew you back together to Ken?
I think Ken and I have always had a very close bond with each other. And even in the time that we were not together, it was a span of like 5 years, we still remain friends. And so having that close connection just can never be broken. And so it wasn't until, unfortunately, my marriage ended and we found ourselves reconnecting again on a deeper level. And this time I'm able to be in the real world and be able to kind of explore what the could have been would have been like.
And would you want to get married again? Do you see that in the future for you and Ken possibly?
I'm not gonna say no, but that's not exactly in the cards like right now. We're taking our time, we're enjoying our time together, feeling it out. Marriage potentially in the future, just kind of taking it slow right now.
And what are your favorite things about Ken and why does your relationship work?
One of my favorite things about Ken is like he's so like energetic and fun. He is a very free spirit, so a lot of times I think we have very similar energy where we can bounce off that energy, and it lights up a room. Like you can't help but like see how we interact together and then like smile because that's the happiness just like, exudes off of us.
As for your relationship with your ex, we know you've gone through a divorce, but how has it been navigating that kind of situation in the public eye?
It's been extremely difficult. The last thing that I would want for us is to have to go through this in the public eye. I think oftentimes a lot of things get twisted in the media, and it's like a natural thing that people want us to be against each other, but really we wish each other the best. And like, I want nothing but Ryan's happiness and good things for him going forward.
And was there any like specific moment where you knew that the relationship was over and it was time to move on?
Well, I mean, I think people need to realize that Ryan and I had been together for 3 years. The majority of that was behind bars for me. And so, I mean, our relationship went through a lot of ups and downs. And I think over time, you just start to realize that maybe this person, you're just going in different directions. It's not going to work long term. And so at some point, you have to do the right thing for the other person instead of leading them on. You have to be honest with yourself and give them that chance to have the happiness that they want with that same respect to yourself.
And have any of the reactions that you've seen to your breakup surprised you at all?
Yes, I have seen reactions that I think people feel like I used Ryan, and that's couldn't be any further from the truth. I think that we were in a loving relationship, and then it just didn't work out for the long term.
Looking back on your relationship, do you have any regrets or do you have any messages you'd want to share with Ryan?
I mean, honestly, I don't regret being in a relationship with Ryan. I regret getting married in prison so fast. I really should have waited, and that's a life lesson that I have learned. So I think that people definitely need to look at that bigger, broader scope of things. And as for a message to Ryan, I have nothing but love and support for him and his healing as well as mine.
On a different note, you've been open about undergoing some cosmetic surgery. How has that helped you feel like your best self?
I mean, I feel like if you have the ability and the choice to do something good for yourself, and if you don't feel fully comfortable, and you want to do something that's gonna make you feel more better about yourself, then by all means do it, because I did, and I have like a boost of self-confidence, and it's helped me in the long run now that I feel good about myself.
I'm 100% all for it. I love that. Is there anything else you'd like to get done maybe in the future?
No, I'm really happy with everything else. It was just always the nose that was, my point of disdain was the nose.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi.
Welcome back to season 5.
You also met another one of my favorite celebrities, Kim Kardashian. Can you tell us about what it was like meeting her?
Kim is a very sweet person. It was an honor to get the chance to meet with her. I definitely wish her nothing but the best. You're gonna have to tune into the Kardashians to see everything else, but it was a good honor.
And do you still keep in touch with her? Did she offer you any advice?
I do, yeah, she did, and I still like DM her on social media, so kind of keep that thread of communication open.
Now, speaking of social media is obsessed with you. Have
Mm.
any celebs DM'd you or reached out to you?
Few. I've had a few ranging from like Joe Jonas to Elizabeth Smart and other survivors. So I mean, I try to keep in contact with them because I think it's a good resource to have. I mean, they're really nice people. And I mean, it started off as them giving me advice, and then it kind of developed into friendships. I haven't talked to Joe in a while though. Like he sent me one DM and that was it.
Are
But
you friends with Joe Jonas now?
no, I'm not. No, we just have each other in social media. That's it.
Is there one celebrity you'd love to meet?
Actually, I would love to get the chance to meet Joey King, who played me in the act. I've kind of put those vibes out there. I know that she said that she would be open to a meeting with me. And I think ultimately it would be just kind of nice to sit down with someone who played me in this iconic show.
Hmm. Have you gotten I think you've said in the past that you hadn't watched the act, but have you since had a chance to see Joey playing you?
I did watch about like the first episode of the act. Unfortunately for me, like watching things about my own life, it's triggering. So I try not to over watch and overstimulate myself.
Definitely. And who do you look for social media inspiration? You're so good at like TikTok and everything on the different platforms.
Honestly, I don't even think about trying to follow a specific pattern. I think the majority of the time, like I'm still learning about social media. So a lot of times when I post something, it could either be a hit or it could be a miss. So it can go either way.
Well, some clips of you I've seen have just gone viral. There was one where you're saying, I didn't know what slay meant or mother.
Oh God.
What was your reaction when you saw that clip going viral?
The sad part is I should have realized, I know that there are certain words that I can't say that others can say because of my situation. But I honestly didn't put two and two together when I said that. So I was thinking of the terms that I had not heard of. And so I'm like, those were the two that stuck out that were seemed so foreign to me coming out of prison. Cause like if somebody would have told me sleigh, I would have thought of something you sit on to go snowing, right in the snow with. Like I'm so stuck back in 2015, and I'm growing to learn the Gen Z terms.
There's so much slang. I feel like I'm still like catching up on everything too. I feel like I learn about it on TikTok. I'm like, what is mid? Like, I don't know what's happening, with all
Right.
the different slang terms. So I get you with that. Now what is next for you? Do you have any goals over the next year that you'd like to achieve?
Honestly, I think, maybe just have some downtime. I feel like in these last 5 months, my life has been from 0 to 100. It's like get out of prison where it was 0 and then 100. And so I think having some downtime, having some family time, maybe pulling back a little bit from social media. There's times that I want to post, and then there's times that I get a little overwhelmed and I feel like I have to pull back. So I think maybe just kind of pulling back a little bit, living a little bit more privately. I think maybe in the long term I can live a private life, but right now I think they're semi-private. I might go semi-private.
Okay. Okay. And we also saw that you had gotten tattoos with
Mhm.
Ken. Can you tell us a little bit about the story behind that and any plans for more tattoos in the future?
Okay, so our matching tattoos are of huskies. So back whenever Ken and I were dating back in 2017 and 2018 and 2019, um, we were talking about how huskies are our favorite breed of dog. And I've loved huskies ever since, like, I grew up on Balto, the movie Balto. And so it was always like a dream of ours to own a husky together. And so getting a husky tattoo just meant that, like, we would always, no matter what, stay connected.
And do you have plans to get a husky one day? I know getting a dog is a big commitment, so it's like,
It
and
is,
a husky
it
is
is.
a they're high energy dog, but is that
Yeah.
like a plan that you have for the future maybe?
Yeah, long term, we do want to get a husky. Like, if our relationship still is good, we'll get a husky, name him Balto.
Oh my God, that is so cute. Could you, last question, could you describe Gypsy Rose life after lockup in 3 words?
hmm Um, exciting, shocking, and eye opening.